January 2026. I hope that today is great for you wherever you are. All right. So, yes, to be a part of our Lent, you can join us on YouTube at Women Radio 91.7. You can also do well to send in WhatsApp messages to 0703 All right. So, please do well to all right, Bookie just I think network hitches here and there. We're also battling with the network, but hopefully we're able to finish this program in peace this morning. All right, Bookie is back with us. Hi, Bookie. Good morning. How are you today?
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Right, okay. So my internet must cooperate with me. Oh.
Yes, so
It must cooperate with me. So book is fine, and I want to thank God. So how are you too? Alent family, how are you all doing? Ibinabo, how are you doing? This your heart, gang gang. I will come and steal it. You just see that the thing is not where you put it. Don't come and look for it in my house. All right, so it's a bright day. It's a bright
yeah,
day.
it is. It is definitely. Thank you so much, Buki, for joining us this morning. So let's quickly head on to this particular one that we were supposed to talk about yesterday, but the issue of the nephew who killed, in well, collaboration with two other people, killed the whole family of six. I mean, with the mom and the children. Just took over the conversation yesterday. So yeah, this particular one says, coming from the Vanguard, that budgets, federal government spent 38.2 billion naira on Gowon, Obasanjo, IBB, and others in 22 years. So this is a sum of 38.2 billion being spent in 22 years for the past president that we have heard. So we have had. So if you have been a president of Nigeria, you know that your money joined inside this one. So for the past 22 years, this amount of money has been spent. Now, the report goes on to say that by the end of this year, 2026, the federal government would have spent at least 38.188 billion on the upkeep of former president, vice president, and their families over a period of 22 years. Vanguard revealed this. They say based on official exchange rates across the various years, the welfare of former leaders and their families has cost Nigeria $144.722 million in 22 years. So, from 140 million naira in 2005, funds allocated to entitlement of former presidents and heads of states, former vice presidents or chiefs of general staff have risen rapidly to hit 2.3 billion naira since 2013. Now, the peak was in 2012 when the Dr. Goodluck Jonathan administration budgeted 3.185 billion naira for the welfare of the ex-leaders. Now, so we have this huge amount of money, going to the ex-presidents, the ex-leaders of the country. I know governors also do the same. Governors do the same for past governors. A certain amount that they get to give to the past governors of each state. Once you go there, become a governor, you make sure that this is done because even yourself, you go become governor, and that's how the presidential own works and the vice president own works and chief of staff, and all of that. So this is how it works for them. So at every point, whoever is the president, whoever is the governor, will definitely earmark some amount of money to the former. But now, this amount of money now, I'm seeing how Nigeria is going. Is this the way to go, or do we need to actually look at this and see what we can do as a country? Because we're talking billions of. No, I think a few days ago on this same program, millions are now counting. Well, we're not counting in billions. So what's then the way to go as it is? Let's start with you, Buki.
Okay, so can you hear me? And I hope
Yes, we
my
can hear you.
okay, that's fine. Thank God for that. Well, facing the brutal fact, if we really want to change the system, we will need people who want to take responsibility, who are a different mode, we're a different mode to say, you know what, we want to start a movement, we want to advocate, that these things must stop. we will keep talking about it. And if nothing happens, there is nothing we can do because it is already in the system. It's already in the system. So we need somebody who would, if you want to call it the person a crazy person, but somebody who wants to face reality that where we are in Nigeria, yes, it might have been approved and everything and all that, but where we are in Nigeria, this would not be sustainable. And the whole corridor, has to sign off on it. But I believe that it can be done. But let's even look at what we're even talking about. I want to believe that the intent was good. You can imagine somebody has served wholeheartedly, and after the tenure, he cannot leave with that standard of, oh, ex-president, ex-vice president of a big nation called Nigeria. You know, I want us to think through this. It's not an issue of, oh, they also have a job, or or they must have a business. Yes, but let's face the brutal fact. You know, when they assume that office and they leave, there are opportunities that come, engagements, speaking engagements, depending on what they want. Some of them will take up appointments outside, they become ambassadors, just look like Jonathan, moving from one place to another place and all that. So there has to be a minimum level of comfort and courage, the perk of the office of former president. This, I agree that that should be, but the staggering amount in this reality is what I will say, if at all we want to advocate for it, it has to be reduced. Because look at it, they will receive pension, and as the current salary of the president is going up, theirs will go up, which we all know. I mean, even as a civil servant person, you understand? Yeah, I agree to pension. Then, but you see, for me, I'm just looking at it that how can we reduce, the burden? Because if you look at the amount, anybody that hears that amount, you say, eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù náà, kí ló dé? But when you break it down, they have secretary, they have personal assistant. Some of them, I think even the president has cook, I'm not too sure. They have to change their cars every 4 years, right? They have 3 cars,
Mm-hmm.
so those are some excesses. They have a fully furnished office, medical allowance. Of course, I mean, nobody would, after you have served, you cannot treat yourself. I'm not too sure of if they have medical allowances abroad, but I know about Nigeria, but I know that some of them actually go outside. I don't know, maybe it's covered by Nigerian expenses, and then of course they build a house for them and it's
Mm.
well furnished. And then they also have 30 days annual leave. The whole essence of this package is, oh, you have served us, right? And when you served us, you did not steal our money. You managed us well. So now that you are out, let us also take care of you in a manner that anywhere you appear, I mean, as the vice president or as the ex-president, I mean, you can imagine when a president comes and takes Uber, ex-president and takes Uber, or comes, does not have any secretary or personal assistant or something like that. That's not a good thing. Even ordinary former MDs, they still carry that bit of protocol, around them based on their work. My own is there a way we can reduce these things to reflect the current reality? That's just it. But like I said, it will take somebody of a different spirit to say, Ewambi Bayi,
Mm.
Eleyi Poju. Because everybody looks forward to that. You understand? Even those who are dead, there's still some allowances that still comes to their family members. Everybody looks towards that okay, at least even when I leave, oh, at least this one is there, bagada. Which I also agree, but is there a way we can reduce it? That's just my own point today. Thank you.
Hmm. All right, thank you, Buki. Is there a way we can reduce this? Because this is a huge sum, oh, and let's not forget that as the year is going by, it's increasing. Because maybe themselves to them, they know that okay, oh, times are changing. Money value they go up and down, and things are just rapidly changing. So
But
maybe
now
if
we're talking about increasing it. You understand?
exactly. So
So
now,
everybody looks for that. It's a comfort zone. But can it be sustained? I think they need to look at
exactly.
it too.
But the thing now is that, okay, if me, I become president of Nigeria now, and I see, say, okay, this is what they are earning, and if I have the opportunity to increase it, because I know, say, if I leave, the
A
money self goes there. Because me, self, if I leave, I want a good sum.
now a natural human being would want to increase, which is natural for a human being. But it will take a crazy person to say, you know what, this is too much. You people, even after you leave, you already have things. And of course, the body language, the thoughts of people is that in that office, you have amassed wealth. I can
Mm,
tell you that even if they don't want to steal money, because of the virtue of that office, they it will come naturally with them. When they live and they have done well, they will put them on committees, on programs, on whatever it is. And lagas comes, money comes, with that. They don't even have to steal, but it's just because greediness, you understand, that
yeah.
has created corruption, you understand. But what we are saying is that yes, we want to respect you because you have served us well, but can we review these things in line with the present reality? People are hungry. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Buki for your thoughts on this. People are hungry. Let's align this to the present reality. That's what we're saying. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 25 minutes past 9 on this side of the radio. Let's get to hear from you. 07000 or 09155 Our toll free line is 0800 Feel free to send us WhatsApp messages to 070 those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program Herlens, where we have Buki. We also have Ibinabo join us this morning, and we're looking at different issues. We're dissecting it, we're talking about it, right here on Highland. So this one we're starting with this morning is about the reports that came from Vanguard saying that the federal government spends about 300 and no, not 300, about 38.2 billion naira on Gowon, Obasanjo, IBB, and others in 22 years. And of course, this is, in 22 years. And I mean, for this year, what we're looking at as it is, let me see, it says now for 2026, the federal government has proposed 2.3 billion naira for the payment of benefit and entitlements to Nigeria's former president, head of state, and their deputies. Now, this according to details and contained in the 2026 58.47 trillion naira appropriation bill under the item tagged entitlements of former president, head of state, vice president, chief of general staff. The allocation covers pensions, allowances, and statutory benefits. So now, Ibinabo, let's come to you. Now, it's normal. Say, when you finish work, you go see your pension. Allowances go they come here and there, when you don't serve finish. So, but for this one now, this year, the federal government has proposed 2.3 billion naira for all of this. And knowing fully well, how we get to hear borrowings up and down, knowing fully well that how we get to see that. And for them, one thing again that's just coming to my mind is that for them, I'm not sure their own entitlement of pensions will be delayed the way that civil servants own is delayed. At the end of the day, they are the higher civil servants. But the ones below that will keep struggling, that will keep fighting, everyday protests here. Oh, pension, they never pay. Even people that go first hand to help us, sort out this insecurity. I'm talking about soldiers, police, and all of them. their pension self, it get as it be. Some of them, if you hear the outrageous amount of pensions they collect, some civil servants, some of our, our fathers and grandfathers, if you hear how much they even collect for as pensions because they've worked in the public service, it's just something else. So, but with them now, with this one, we know that nothing they touch this one. At least we've not heard when one former president came out to say, "Oh, they've not paid me for so time. They've not paid me." Like it has been going smoothly. So why can't we have the same process cascade down? And then this amount of money, Ibinabo, what do you think about it? Let's have your thoughts on this. Why? Like,
You see, really, for me, the office of the president is the highest office in Nigeria.
mm,
Office, there's no office to want to attend again, except you want to go back to your business and be the chairman of your company or whatever. But you see, for me, if these leaders are doing the right thing, if they are judiciously spending the money, that the money that Nigeria makes, whether the ones they borrow or the ones that we actually make, if they spend it judiciously, you go outside of your house, you see that government is close to you, you see their hands in everything, you see the roads, you see security, everything is working smoothly, even if they are paying them whatever amount. One probably wouldn't even raise an eyebrow. But you see, you look at the country, look at the way it is. Now
mm,
that you mentioned the civil service, let us even juxtapose the way the government handle the pension of former leaders and the way they handle the pensions of retired civil servants.
mm,
It is fair, I think it was you who said money value they go down, Abi.
mm,
But how does a retired civil servant survive with what he has? Because the way it is, as long as the salary of the current president increases, it is going to positively affect the pensions of former leaders. So they are well taken care of. So what I see in this is simple. They have special pension laws passed specifically for them at even state level or federal levels. It is there. And they are very deliberate political decisions. They know that the maximum number of years you can spend in the office of Mr. President or as a governor is 8 years. The highest you can get is 2 tenures for 4 years. You can't get more than that. That's why you
yeah,
see that most times, once a governor is done with his 2 tenures, he runs to the Senate and goes there and make that place his retirement office. So you see, but if you look at it on the flip side, civil servants are governed by general pension laws, the Pension Reform Act. Who are the people to reform it? The people that have put good pensions for themselves. So you see, like someone once said, the person said that elite pensioners or elite pensions are protected by laws, and workers' pensions are managed by bureaucracy. Not be so it be. Not so it be now. Their pensions are protected by the laws. But when it comes to the pensions of civil servants, you begin to see different layers of bureaucracy. The pensioners would have to go on strike, protest. Some of them would die. I remember even lately, we haven't had much about their protest. So I
mm,
believe maybe a lot is being done to take care of their pensions. But, a civil servant that will serve 35 years of meritorious service, not be just to stay there and be doing whatever he likes. So he will face verification delays. He will be owed arrears. He may even die before receiving gratuity.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, before a president leaves the office, he probably would have by himself set everything in motion as it
Yeah.
pertains to pension. And you know, but as Mr. President or as governor, as you are leaving your office, assurance, insurance, everything don't they put together that your pension will not be delayed. In fact, it is automatic. I'm not frowning at Mr. President, former president's pensions. If we have the money, let us pay them. Because you wouldn't want to see your former president one day selling pure water somewhere or putting
Mm-hmm.
one kiosk together and selling something.
Or
We
jumping on Mole.
we are the ones that come out and make fun of them again. That because I remember in my hometown in Rivers State,
Mm.
a man used to be the minister for petroleum, and the man did not steal, he did not do anything funny in the office. He had only, I think, a building or two buildings. And there was a time some youths were making reference to him that I beg, oh, me, I'm not that man oh, that was in office that was minister for how many times, and look at what he has. Look at what he's able to put together. That is not a serious person. So you to appear as a serious high office holder, you must embezzle money. You must prepare a good package for your pension. That is, we the people are the ones encouraging this. You see a civil servant who is working. Now today we complain that civil servants are not working. They are this, they are that. I mean, they're just trying to be wise because they've seen that a society or leadership that treats its elderly workers with neglect while rewarding political elite lavishly is an unstable society. So to stabilize your future, you want to do something, one or two things while you are in the office. So how do we even, if you look at it, it is so hard-headed, you want to begin to talk about corruption. So for me, this is, I mean, the states find it easier to pay few powerful people than to take care of millions of powerless retirees. So a lot of things are just flying in my head. But what I want to say at this point is, for me, I don't have any problem with what they are being paid. But it must cascade down to the civil service.
Yes.
You must make sure that every retired civil servant does not suffer before he or she receives his or her pension or gratuity. We cannot afford, as because you are a leader, so you will take care of yourself, and those who are making your government work, those who are serving you, they will serve you, and they serve your predecessors. They are serving you, they will serve your successors, and you don't want to take care of them. What are you doing indirectly? This violates principles of fairness. It discourages sincere, dedicated public service. So when we talk about corruption in public service, we are all guilty. The government mostly is guilty. The leadership is guilty because what you are doing, you are simply telling them while you are in office, sort yourselves out, oh, because when you are out of the office, you feel suffer. But we, when we be on our leader, we don't settle ourselves. You see, politicians, they may come out and condemn one another. But please, don't deceive yourself or don't get deceived. They are friends. They protect one another.
Yeah.
That is, the incumbent government will make sure that the former governor's pension is not delayed. It's setting in motion the fact that his own, what is it called now? His own pension
Pension.
will be delayed when he's not in office. And the funniest part is that a former governor is getting all this package, all this juicy package of pension and whatever, and he is still being paid as a senator. And I believe that when you are no longer a senator, they have a package for you too. So how many packages will one person collect? That is where I have a problem with them. So you see, if our leaders are doing right by the people, they are doing right roundabouts 360 degrees, whatever they are being paid. It's not only in Nigeria. The America where we they copy it, what kind of the kind of government we run, they have the same package. I don't know the amount specifically, but I know that they have something juicy also for their past presidents. But if you go to America, see the way the country is developed, you see how they take care of things. You see how if you are sick and you don't have a job, if you're on insurance, they will take care of you. A friend of mine who was ill in one of these abroad countries, while she was ill, her money was being paid, and when she was discharged, because the sickness rendered her a bit weak for some time, they arranged a job that would not, task her strength, that would not put a test on her energy for her, while she recovers fully and now went back to her main job. We don't have such in Nigeria. So you see, sometimes when you look at our government and our leaders and everything, they
Yeah.
seem to look like it's all about themselves. If not, me, I won't sit here and say, why are you paying this and that? Because I know that after that office, what else can you do? Except they give you one honorary office, international kiniko. But take care of yourselves and take care of the people. That's what we are saying. Don't just be about yourselves alone. What happens to that civil servant who had put in 35 wonderful years of his life, of her life, and then she retires, he retires and begin to struggle for his pension, he will struggle for his gratuity, he will struggle to breathe, he will struggle to eat. No wonder civil servants, while they are in service, they do other things.
Hmm.
You need them to do something for you. If it gets to a particular desk, it will get delayed until you put something on the table for them. Because they will tell you, if I leave this office today, then you go feed me.
Now, so
So you see, our leaders have to open up their mind and do what is right. When anyone has served the nation, whatever they deserve, please give them without frustrating them. I'm not arguing whatever they get, but make sure that the same opportunity is given to those who have served this country at whatever level, whether in 10 years, in 20 years, or 35 years maximum. Please, maybe not share this cake, may it go round. Thank you.
thank you, maybe Nabo. Mokuna share the cake, make it go round. Whatever is good for the goose is also good for the gander. So please, and we're not saying that the amount is not it, or we're not saying that this should not be done. All we're saying is, as much as you're securing your spots as the president, or as the governor, or as the vice president or chief of staff, as long as you're doing all of these things, think of the people who don't hold any form of leadership positions, that would make them want to go to bed and close their eyes, knowing fully well that their pension is secured. Think of them. Because last, and funny enough, Seth, the way, anyway, let's not even dive into that, because I don't think the way, normal civil servant, they contribute for your own pension. Now the same way themselves they do, I mean, now the sole responsibility of of the country to pay for it. Anyway, that's discussion for another day. But all we're just saying is, whatever is good for you up there should also be good for somebody, because you can't be where you are without even the civil servants that is there busy trying to get one or two things to put inside pocket. And if we're trying to take out corruption, then we have to make sure that all of these things are transparent. We have to make sure that all of these things are done the way it is written in the books. We have to go by it. So whatever applied to me should apply to you. If not, you did there, say once you come down from being president or chief of staff or governor or deputy governor, say your money day secured. Any day, at a particular date of the month, every month, your money they enter your account. So why be say me, we can be civil servant? Me, I will come dey wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. After 3 months, they go tell me say make I come do verification. I'm alive verification. After 3 months, they will come and tell me, oh, let me go and do XYZ a verification. Let me go and give my papers. This, that. Kilo day. Meanwhile, you will not do all of this verification. So You will not, whether you die or whether you dey alive or the money go still dey enter a particular place. Chakam, chakam, chakam. But we here is another different case entirely. Binabo, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to respond to what you just said, and you just said it. Even deceased ex-presidents, their surviving families reap from the largesse.
You know.
Meanwhile, the pensioner who is alive, the moment it doesn't come for that every three months verification, they will stop payment of the pension.
You don't turn problem.
So why are we paying? Why are we paying deceased ex-presidents? That is the question. Why are we paying them? Why should we pay them? At least in their lifetime, they have been appreciated. And if a president dies while on duty, they should make provision for a big package to give to the family. And that is it. Shake hands and buy. Because this is what happens to the pensioner, to the civil servants. So you see, Pat, I will raise my voice. When a president is gone to the great beyond, we appreciate his effort. We hope he rests in peace. That is it. Whatever you want to, during the burial, whatever you want to give to the family, you can make the bottom of the package fat, make it not tear the nylon. But do it, and that is it. Not that because every president, even those who are dead and gone, you are still paying. It's an everlasting. Nothing is everlasting in life. Even life itself is not everlasting. Only God is everlasting. So why are we? Where I even want to query is why are we paying deceased ex-presidents? It doesn't mean we don't appreciate them, but in life there comes a time we close a chapter and open a new one. It doesn't mean we don't appreciate them. They're always in the history. And whenever there is need from their families, yes, the government can support whenever the need arises. But not paying the pensioner who is diseased. And then we are paying a pensioner president. Who is diseased? You're paying it to the family. I mean, is that fair? Is it fair? Is it fair? Can we say that we run a very fair and just system? Can we say that the diseased pensioner does not deserve the same opportunity given to the families of the deceased ex-presidents? Let's come back to the table and allow just and fairness to take its course. Let's be just and let's be fair, please. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Ibinabo. The matter kuku long. In the same report, though, we're also seeing that there is like welfare package for each of the former leaders if they come for who are automatic member of the Council of States. They get to collect about 500,000 naira whenever they attend the meeting that holds periodically, at least twice a year.
And they won't miss
Anyway,
that meeting. Miss that kind of meeting.
why would they miss? Even if they no go, they go send person make you go for them. Because and this is Atiku Abubakar, who is still receiving all of these benefits and still wants to become president. Okay. So anyway, let's just leave that issue. But do want to let us know what your thoughts are on 07000 Do you think this is worth continuing, or they have to sit down and look at this again? What do you think about this? Or do want to dial the number 09155 Please do want to send in your WhatsApp messages to 07031756537. All right, so let's get to hear from you this morning on the program, herlens, where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. So let's quickly look at what happened in Apapa. Our time is fast spent. We just have a few more minutes to go. What happened in Apapa yesterday? A colleague of mine actually drew my attention to this, and when I saw the video, my mouth was just open. Hey, what are we doing to ourselves like this? Waiting don't reach like this. So apparently, a tanker in a bridge on the bridge in Apapa, probably had an accident or so. So the fuel that the tanker was conveying started pouring from the bridge down, and we had lots of people who gathered to scoop this fuel. And God forbid, make it just be say, make somebody just light one small something around there, and the amount of people that would have gone. See people with big, pails of fuel, just scooping it, and in fact, it's not a good thing to see. And this is not the first time this is happening. What can we tell our citizens? How can we open our ears or warn ourselves enough that this is highly dangerous? We know say poverty dey, we know say this one day it's free something that you're trying to get and all of that, but can we know what we're doing? Okay, let's hear from you. Then even about wrap this up for us in a few minutes, please. Oh,
Okay,
it's
it's a
worrisome.
pity. Yeah, it is. It's really a pity that we find ourselves in this kind of situation where it looks as if the past experiences have not taught
That's
us
not.
anything. You understand? So, is it an issue of culture? Is it an issue of poverty mindset? Is it an issue of understanding of the consequences? Because God forbid, if one spark had happened,
Ah,
that's
she
it.
can know. She can know.
That is it. You understand? Thank God that we are not even using galvanized pail. You know, in those days that we use galvanized pail, that things can be running here and there. I mean, very
Mm,
easily. Thank God that it's so plastic. But even with that, anything can
can
go
happen.
wrong. The question for me is, when things happen like this, what is the responsibility of citizens? What is the responsibility of government? Because when it happens like this, those are the two people you see. Government in terms of, okay, the police people, and all that. What is their response as at that time? For me, number one, honestly, if I might sound so crazy, but honestly, everybody that was at that scene that day, maybe when they begin to make a statement to arrest them for murder, for suicide, because what they are saying is that if anything happens, it's okay. They can die, not me.
Yes, sir.
You understand? And then a
Mm,
reorientation of our minds. Okay, when they scoop the fuel or whatever it is, they want to go and sell it. How much? Or they probably want to use it in their generator. I think it is. It's not diesel. Though I had diesel, but when I read the thing, it was fuel. So whatever it is, because yesterday when I had diesel, I said, what do they want to do with diesel? They want to go and sell it, or they want to go and put it into their generator. And the artisans use that. But the question is why? In fact, that is a place where you need to run for cover. So can we begin to create that awareness? It will take a while. That when this happens, first they condone the place immediately. Police, they condone the place, and they take. I mean, even you yourself, that is not the time for you to say you want to go and look for one garawa or whatever it is to carry this. You take cover. So it's a whole lot, and then government also has to do what is right. I will probably talk also about the tanker, whatever. I don't know what happened, but they also have to be brought to book. Why would these things happen? We have to look at it from those angles. Thank you.
all right. Thank you very much, Buki. So Ibinabo, kindly wrap this up for us in about 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I think I want to agree with um Buki that it is high time such persons were arrested to make a statement, because you can't keep creating some very sad stories from this country to the outside world to to make it look as if we have irresponsible set of people in this country and we have irresponsible government. We are responsible people and we have very responsible government. Yes, there is hunger in the land. We can't dispute that. There are so many things going on, but is it worth wasting your life for it? I mean, Nigeria is a country where videos will just fly. So at one point or the other, one would have come across, different videos that Some people who were doing this same thing were burnt to death, burnt to ashes. So what are we talking about? And then again, we need to begin to look at these tankers and the owners of these tankers, the business falling off the road, whatever. Some of them they don't fall. Some of them, as they are driving, the tank is leaking. That's why it will
Hmm.
leak. That's where it is going. So there is need to look into this. Above and beyond those who are scooping, who don't even value their own lives, there is need for enough sensitization, enough awareness to be created for people to understand that yes, you are hungry, but it takes the living to be hungry. When you are dead, you don't know whether you are hungry or not.
Or not.
You don't want to risk your life. It is a huge risk going to scoop because any small spark like this, all of you are dead. And then you will now even further expand the damages because maybe the tanker fell on one or two vehicles. Now, when there is a spark and this thing begins, I mean, everything goes up in flames, it is going to consume more vehicles that are trapped in the traffic. So all of these things we need to look at it. Relevant agencies must begin to talk about it. Don't talk about it once and then leave it. It is something continuous because we Nigerians, we need an information to be harped upon over and over for
Hmm.
us. And after some time, you come up with it again as reminders.
Okay.
And and these truck owners, these haulage companies, they need to answer some questions. What is the problem when there
Hmm.
is issue like this? They need to investigate why the tanker fell. If it is due to lack of maintenance and everything, then the company should be held responsible. When we begin to punish companies like this, then I think we will have less of stories like this. Like we talked about Otodola Bridge yesterday, tankers are always falling. Some of them are not conveying anything. Some of them have gone to empty themselves and they are going back to depot or whatever, wherever they came out from. And they will just topple over. And the next is traffic, lockdown, because no free flow of traffic. So all of these things, who takes responsibility? Who gets punished
Hmm.
for it? Who gets to pay a huge fine for it? When you put all of this in
All
place,
right.
and we don't put things like now my party, now my friend, is a
Hmm.
problem. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you to Ibinabo for giving us your thoughts on that. Mrs. Oboli sent us a message. She says, "Good morning to the amazing ladies of our lands. Trust you're doing prolific this lovely morning. I quite understand that top political officers who have meritoriously served the country should be properly catered to, but this pension come allowances shouldn't require an arm and a leg, especially because of what the average Nigerian worker or citizen is currently passing through. If we make these perks of life attached to the upper persons in the echelon of power, this humongous, then we shouldn't raise an eyebrow when during elections they strive to get into office by hook or by crook. What they are getting presently in allowances, perks, and salaries is quite bogus as it were. To now continually add in reciprocal in I can't understand that word, but to add these amounts to what they already have, Habamana. What about the downtrodden average Nigerian that can't afford a living wage and his take home is actually taking home the average Nigerian? Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to get the rest of the message. Okay, so they afford the living and his take home isn't actually taking home. Nigeria, let's manage. Okay, just a minute. Let me see, trying to get the rest of her message before we call it a day here. All right, and she says that Nigerian matter just tire me, I beg, because now the more you look, the more you see. Wishing you all a productive day. After they go say Nigeria no get money to pay civil servants. Thank you so much, Mrs. Opoli. And this is where we wrap it up for today. Thank you, ladies, for being a part of our lens today. Let's do this again tomorrow, God's willing. Susan couldn't be here with us today because of other activities that came up for her. And tomorrow too, I'm not sure she's going to be with us, but she said she'll be on her way to Lagos. So let's hope that she has a safe flight to Lagos. All right, so join us again tomorrow, God's willing. My name is Rosie, so Okay, so do want to have a great day ahead. Stay with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.